Welcome to the new fish room. All right, so everything's a little bit messy still, and I had to finish up my video with my 90-gallon bow front before I could show off this room because it's taking up a whole bunch and I didn't want to have spoilers. So you come in the door here and you just walk around this rack. There's plenty of room here, and just kind of ignore the mess. I've got a little table I'm working on, and I've got my 3D printing station over here. But you walk in over here, and I'm gonna swap out my 50-gallon tank for this is a 75 tall, so that's why this is still here. And then this is the sump for my 180. I'm gonna be swapping that out here really soon. I know I was gonna do it before, but I needed some more help, and it's hard to get help right now. But over here, I have a big 6 foot, or yeah, I think it's about 6 foot steel rack. It's a Husky brand. And this is a 40 tall. It's just here as a placeholder. I'm actually gonna swap it out for a 20 long. It's gonna be the same width and everything. It's just the same tank, but shorter. And I need that to be shorter because I'm gonna have some breeding projects in here, and obviously, yeah, I can't, I can't put my hands through here, so that's not gonna work. And then behind these tanks, I have a 40 breeder, and I have a lot of ideas about what I'm gonna be doing in there. And then also, if you know, I left room on the bottom shelf just enough to be able to fit the 5-gallon Home Depot buckets and all my other stuff. So storage is real big in a small room like this. So being able to tuck some stuff away is really, really helpful. This is about a 28 or 29 gallon hex tank. And then, hey, there's me. This is a 55-gallon tank. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one just yet because I have another 55 that's a little bit nicer that might go in here. I'm not sure, but this 75 is gonna swap out with the 55 in my living room. So this one might go somewhere, I don't know yet. But here's just kind of a quick look at how this rack looks over here. And then as you turn around, this whole shelf, there's 2 shelves in here. This is kind of like my storage. I've got a lot of like my camping stuff and a lot of photography and camera, video equipment. So like down here, it's a total huge mess. But this is all my chargers and stuff, my camera slider. It's charging right now. But then here, the centerpiece of the room right now is my 90-gallon bow front that I just finished setting up. So if you're seeing this video, it should be coming out just after the bow front video is out. But I just kind of set this up and planted it and got a filter and a light and stuff on there. So I really love how this looks in here. And it's got a nice stand. Right now there's nothing in there, but I'm gonna have a canister in there. But then moving on over here, this is what my old quarantine and grow out system was. And it still is that, just temporarily, because this 60-gallon on top, I'm gonna be putting onto this top shelf. So it's gonna come out to about this high, which is just fine. In the top here, my 60-gallon, I'm growing out. I've got a flagtail in here. Let me try to block the glare from the other tank with my body. I've got a beautiful flagtail I picked up this past weekend, and he's gonna go in one of my bigger tanks when he gets a little bit bigger. And then you can't see he's in the shadow over here. It's not even gonna show it. But over there I've got my Jack Dempsey. And then down here on the bottom, my 40, I am growing out some smaller Bishirs or Bashirs, however you wanna call them. So you can see right here on the top, this is my Delhaize. It's looking really great. The stripes are coming out really nice. And then somewhere behind the sponge filter over here, you can't really see, there's a lot of glare, but behind that sponge filter I have a Senegal, and he's still growing out. He can't fit in any of my other tanks without getting eaten yet, so until he gets a little bit bigger, they're gonna still stay in here. I know the water does look a little bit brown. It's because I have a bunch of driftwood in that little corner over there. So I just did almost 100% water change when I moved this whole rack because it's heavy. So it is like almost completely brand new water from just a few days ago. It's not brown because it's gross. It's just a little bit of tannins from that wood. And then over here, we move on to the other rack that I have set up. So like I was saying before, storage is a huge thing right now. So having all this room on the bottom, I've got a couple big bins, and I can just slide these out, and I even have another bin in that one. So I've got some more bins, and then I've got more bucket storage. And then here is a 75 that I'm gonna be setting up. I just finished cleaning this up, so everything is looking really nice and shiny. I can't wait to get something good in here. One thing I kind of noticed was my 407 that I have running the 60, I actually might use that on this 75, because when I move the 60 over, I'm thinking about using a different filter. So conveniently it fits right there and it looks good where it's at. So I might just go ahead and just move those the piping and put it right into here. So this is something cool that I found. I'm all about trying like new breeder box style kind of containers for fish. And I kept the receipt here. Hopefully I don't have my my debit card on here. But I just wanted to show, if I can zoom in here. This was $12 for this container. And I need to separate, this little container in the back comes off too. But this container looks like this. Here, so if you want to find it at Hobby Lobby, it's $11.99. But it's a little container with holes in the bottom of it. So it's kind of like a nice separation box. And then it has these flanges on the side that have little rubberized grips. And I found even on the 75, it fits perfectly across the front. Like there's no overhang in the front or the back. And because of these grips, like you could push it if you try, but if you're like accidentally bump it, it's not really gonna move too much. And so the bottom has all these holes in it, so water can kind of flow through. So I was thinking this might be like a good kind of, maybe not exactly a breeder box, but maybe like a fish timeout, or if someone's getting a little bit too damaged and they can fit in this box, maybe I can put them in there temporarily. But I saw it for 12 bucks and I figured, hey, that might fit on one of my tanks. And I've been working with some breeder box projects lately, and when I saw this, my eyes lit up and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. The fact that it fits on a 75 is really nice, and that means that it'll fit over there on my 60 gallon as well, because they're the same footprint. And then above my new 75, I picked this up. So I bought this brand new. It was one of my new tanks that I bought. This tank, this 75, this bow front, this 75, that 55, this 40, and this 40, and the hex. Basically all the tanks in this room except for these two and this top tank up here were donated to me by Sal's Fish World. So huge shout out to Sal, and make sure you guys check out his Instagram, check him out. He's got some really great photos of some really cool fish. So really appreciate you, Sal. Thanks a lot, man. This is a 50 low boy. It's actually a frag tank. I kind of got some weird looks at the store when I said I wanted to get a frag tank for a freshwater setup. And they were like, oh, you know that's for frags, right? And I just said the same reason that it's good for frags is the same reason why it's really good for freshwater plants. Because you see, here's my hand against it. It's only, I think, 8 inches tall or something like that. But then it's really, it goes all the way back. I think it's like 24 inches front to back, and it's 48 inches left to right. So you have a whole bunch of real estate in this tank, and it's very shallow, so even weak lights can really hit the bottom and light up some of these plants that might need more higher intensity lights that might be more expensive if you were to try to grow them out in a tank like this. This is gonna be like 3 times as high, so that light's gonna have to be like, I don't know how it works, but like 3 times brighter, but I don't think it works like that. But you know what I'm trying to say, the light isn't gonna be able to go from the top to the bottom as easily as it is in a tank like this. So with this tank, I'm gonna set up some little plant pot racks so that I can put some plants that are right in the pot straight in. And then I think on the other side, I might just actually put a little bit of aqua soil, and I'll be able to start planting whenever I go to a fish store. I like to just stop by every weekend and just see what they have. And if there's nothing I need, then I'll just pick up some plants or some food or something. But a lot of times I just grab a plant, and when I come home, I just drop them in my 55 gallon tank, and I just kind of forget about it for like a month or two sometimes. So I'm hoping that with this tank being set up here, I'm gonna be able to come in and just throw those plants into here instead and not make my community tank look as ratty. And whenever I start up a new project like this big thing and I need a whole bunch of plants, I can just come up into here, grab some plants, and toss them in. And I'm definitely gonna have to go and order a whole bunch of plants when I start filling out this tank and all the ones behind me. So if I order these plants and they come in and the tanks aren't ready, I'll have this thing going and I'll be able to put all the plants in here, and I think it'll look really great. So I hope you guys really like this short tour of my little fish room I have going on in here. I know some people have some huge fish rooms and I'm really jealous, but this is what I'm working with here. Even though I call this small, I know this is more than a lot of people can have sometimes. And so I'm grateful for the space that I have. And I'm just hoping that by utilizing this room, I can bring out some more content for you guys. And I'm just gonna be able to have more fun in my hobby and share that with you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll check you out in the next video. See ya.